Star Wars arcade game. The year is 1983. Atari is scouting potential IPs for its next arcade blockbuster. They have their eyes set on the movie Tron, and production is starting to ramp up on the game until the movie opens and is a huge flop. Rather than scrap everything they have already done, they look to Lucasfilm to try and secure the Star Wars license. Since the last installment of the original trilogy of movies was about to be released, they thought it would be the perfect time. The Star Wars movies were already made into video games, starting with The Empire Strikes Back for the Atari 2600 and in television. By today's standards, it's a simple space shooter for you to take down as many AT-ATs as you can, but this was still fun to play back in the day. The other Star Wars game was Jedi Arena, where by using the paddles you control a lightsaber deflecting thermal bolts. Atari decided to use designer Mike Halley, who was fresh off of working on Gravatar, another vector graphic shoot-'em-up. He was quoted as saying he wanted the title to be top-notch because Star Wars was such an important license. He wanted the player to feel like Luke Skywalker, and he felt the only way to do that was to use the technology from another Atari hit game, Battlezone. Battlezone used wireframe vector graphics to find and destroy enemy tanks. Mr. Halley felt this was perfect for the Star Wars game. This is one of those games that you really need to play on an actual arcade machine to get the full experience. Trying it out on MAME is wonderful, but you need an actual arcade cabinet to get the full experience. The game is a lot of fun to play, but it's just a bit too short. George Lucas was very hands-on with the project, offering suggestions and advice. After he tried out the game, he let out a triumphant yes, because it felt like being in the movie. The game uses a modified version of the Brantley Trainer controller with fire buttons molded from a real X-Wing yoke. Releasing alongside Return of the Jedi, this was one of Atari's last blockbuster releases. Over 10,000 cabinets were built, including 2,400 sit-down units. The sit-down units really feel like you were in an X-Wing taking out the Death Star.
There's the marquee. I have my very own Star Wars Cockpit, 1983 version. Built it myself. We're about to do some gameplay, so here we go. You got filmed too much.